The Writing Hub template is for creating the most beautiful and well-crafted pieces of content ever. It's basically made of a first navigation panel in which you can navigate to different databases and parts of the system, and it is based on a key master database, which is exactly the writing database, which is then displayed in different views filtered for the stages where certain articles or pieces of content are at. So ideas, research, drafts, and published. But let's analyze the master database, because in this way we can understand properly how this template is structured and what's the why behind it. So as you can see, this is a Kanban board view. So it is a Kanban board view because we can see that cards, or articles in this case, are going to be divided based on their stage. So ideas will appear on this column, notes on this column, and drafts on this column. Finally, there are published pieces. So those articles or written pieces that are tagged with published will be hidden beneath this tag. So the key thing to know here is that there is a template to be used. So whenever you want to create a new page, there is a template, and this is the core of the system, because it's got some mental models, it's got a structure which can help us navigate through writing. And please keep in mind that I'm not an expert here, so I've just created this system and template to write for my blog posts, and I've gathered some mostly information about writing, mental models about writing, which basically come from mostly Jordan Peterson, David Perel, Ali Abdaal when it comes to blog posts. So I'm certainly not an expert, but you can take this as a starting point, or just take inspiration from what you can build in Notion and then do your own things. So as you can see, by creating a new page using the template, first we got the properties to be assigned to each new piece. So there is a selection property where you can assign a tag to the piece so that it will appear on the Kanban board under the dedicated tag, and these ideas, notes, drafts, and published. There's a depth property for tagging the piece based on whether it will be a long one, a short one, or a medium piece in length and depth of the topic. There's a date posted property, so this will make sure that the piece will appear on the calendar in the main hub where the calendar is, where you can see all your history of published content. There is a category, multi-select property, and the 1% rule, which is the rule of improvement. Small improvements over time will compound, and this is just a sort of journal entry property where you can write some things that you did better than the last time, so that you can track and be mindful about your improvements. So here there are 3 toggles, one for title ideas, so jotting down as many ideas as you got, which you can then test using this tool here. There is a property for tags, in case you use tags in your content management system, and there is a toggle for thumbnail and images that you will include in the piece. Here is a section for listing all the resources that you use, especially if you do a lot of research before writing down your things, because you want to make sure that you are accurate in what you say. Then you can list all the resources here, citations or links to articles, to then pick them up and add them to the final piece. Here we can see that there are 4 essential questions to answer before starting the writing process. What is the intention? What is essential about the topic? Why are you writing it? And who is a typical reader of this topic? So finally, there is a production phase, which is in fact production and editing. So the production phase is based on jotting down as many ideas as possible and writing down the whole piece freely and just carelessly. And then there is the editing phase, which is instead the perfect moment to refine everything and understand very deeply what to correct, what to adjust, what to change, what to eliminate, what to add on. And so these processes can be written down on these three main pages. So first there is a research and notes page. So here you can take notes on some readings, and this is especially valuable in case you're doing a scientific-based reading where you want to make sure to get the things right. There's a first draft page where, well, you can write down your first draft. Guess what? And finally, the final draft page. So here is where the editing phase takes place, and you're gonna analyze each note, each sentence, each paragraph, and elaborate on it. And these struggles offer some mental models that I got mainly from Jordan Peterson about writing an essay. This guide is actually also included in this template at the top of the navigation panel in case you're interested. To conclude this template of the Writing Hub, we've got a bit of a checklist. And this checklist is for some things, some routines that you need before publishing your piece. So in case you publish your piece, then you might find this useful and add your own steps needed. With that being said, if you come back to the main page, so here we can see this is a master database, and so now we can understand better how this sort of dilution of the information takes place. You can see that from the master database, we've got filtered views that here are going to only show ideas, and this is the perfect place where to capture your ideas. So whenever you've got a new idea, you can just click on new, choose the new writing template, write down a title or a short description of your idea, and you've got it ready to be worked on. All right. So without you having to physically open the master database, you can just use this filter view and get it done. So research stage, which is filtered by tag notes, and drafts filtered by tag drafts. And here in the published calendar, you can see your work laid out in chronological order with cards corresponding to whenever you published your piece. And that is it, the Writing Hub template. Very simple. Certainly, it may not be appropriate for you in case you are an advanced writer. Well, you will certainly not use Notion in that case. But whatever you are, you may find this valuable, inspirational, or just a complete, utter nonsense. In any case, thank you for watching, and see you later.